This I believe. I believe in finding happiness in the small things of life, like in the sound of a wave crashing onto the beach, the smell of brownies baking in the oven, the licks I receive from my cat when I arrive home each day, the idea of sisterhood and unicorns, the Miss America moment I feel on stage when I compete, the sound of my father's voice saying I love you. My father's voice is something I don't get to hear anymore. Throughout my life, I watched as my father dealt with the effects of depression and alcohol abuse. He went through 2 divorces, each one causing him to fall deeper and deeper into depression. A lot of my time and energy went into making sure he was safe and okay. The awful feeling I would get when I heard my mother's voice shake when she would call me. That's when I knew she was calling to tell me that my dad tried to end his life again. Shortly after, I would feel at ease when my dad would call me to tell me how much he loved me and how proud he was of me. My mom and dad have always remained close friends. My mother and I were able to help my father work on getting his life back together again and getting him back onto his feet. Faced with my own diagnosis of anxiety and depression from a concussion, things were difficult for my family. However, things were starting to look up. We were okay. We were quite all right. My father and I adopted a cat to help cheer up our spirits. My dad was still drinking, but he was stable and working on quitting smoking cigarettes. I was never more proud of my dad. He would call me almost every day just to hear my voice. After about a year, he had finally quit smoking and almost quit drinking. I was so proud of him. In November of 2015, I received a call from my mom early one morning. I could hear that familiar shaking sound in her voice. As chills ran down my spine, she told me that my father was in the hospital on a ventilator. The effects of alcoholism had finally taken a toll on his body. One of the last things my dad told my mom was how I was the light of his life and how he loved me so much. Because of him, I know that I have to keep my head held high and push forward in my life. I want to continuously make him proud of me. Because of him, I believe that the sun will shine tomorrow, and tomorrow will be the beginning of a bright and new day.